Hi. Oh, Paul's here. Hi. So we've got a few minutes before we start. So if everybody can just take a moment to center ourselves and connect to our breath, and we'll just let the rest of the participants come in. Just a few more people coming in. I'm really impressed with the turnout for 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, it's 6 a.m. on Earth Day. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Kanlo. I am the Spiritual Program Coordinator at Jamyang Buddhist Center and a co-founder of Buddhists Across Traditions, which is a BPOC and BAME centered, UK centered collective of Buddhist and mindfulness groups united in service of racial healing, social equity, and justice. And it's in that spirit that we come together today on Earth Day to honor the Earth. recognizing the links between structural racism, structural economic inequality, and the extraction of the Earth's resources. And I was thinking, I was thinking recently when we talk about honoring the Earth, what that actually means. And for me, it means acknowledging our interconnectedness with the Earth. And so by spending some time together at sunrise and sunset and practicing, hopefully we can develop our own innate qualities of wisdom and compassion. And that will perhaps encourage the people around us to develop their qualities of wisdom and compassion. And in turn, that might encourage the people around them to develop their qualities of wisdom and compassion. And so this seemingly limited act of practicing together can extend through this web of interconnectedness and send a ripple of wise, compassionate, benevolent energy around the world to all sentient beings. And so let that be our motivation. So I'm going to recite a few Shakyamuni Buddha mantras to start us off with, and then I'm going to recite some verses from Lama Tsongkhapa, who is the founder of the tradition that the center that I belongs to, the Gelug tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. It's a praise to Manjushri, which is the bodhisattva that represents the wisdom of all Buddhas. Tsongkhapa had a very personal relationship with Manjushri, a kind of teacher-disciple relationship. And Manjushri being an archetype of wisdom, I thought was quite appropriate because I think that's probably what's needed quite a lot in these times. So, so once I get started, everybody can practice according to how they wish. You can mute me if you find me speaking a disruption to you, or you can just sit quietly and listen. Okay, does that sound good? Okay, thank you all. Okay, so we'll just get started, taking a second to connect to the breath before we do our Shakyamuni Buddha mantras. Daya Dao Muni Muni Maha Munaye Swa Daya Dao Muni Muni Maha Munaye Swa Daya Dao Muni Muni Maha Munaye Swaha 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 Daya Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha Tayata 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Okay, thank you. So this is the Ocean of Clouds of Praises of the Guru Manjughosha by J. Tsongkhapa, written in 1394. Who calms the flames of ambitions for one's own pleasure with the waters of long cultivated compassion? Who cuts the net of imaginative fabrications by seeing the reality of the profound as it is? Who carries with tireless heart the responsibility of helping others to reveal to beings what he sees himself? My mind is aimed at such a tutelary deity as you, O Manjushri. Please consider for a moment these flowers of verses of praise. Stirred by the wind of faith, O Manjughosha, treasure of wisdom. O radiant shining mass of rays of saffron light, like the great solid golden axial mountain, embraced by the rays of the rising sun. Though one were to seek strenuously everywhere, one finds no good refuge other than in you. When my mind thus turns itself towards you, it is like a sunburnt elephant plunging into the lotus pond. Thus, expressing your excellence, when I let my mind go towards the means of finding fulfillment of my hopes, it is like the lowly beggar's pleasure when he sees the beautiful gift giver coming. Your body is tall and straight like the axial mountain. Its expanse is handsome as the banyan tree. The complexion of your skin is pure and clear, like dust of gold, fine, smooth, and soft. On your crown, like the tip of a victory standard, your coif of long, soft, shining black hair is bound in a beautiful turban whose crest has 5 tufts slightly leaning to the left. Your head is massive like a shapely parasol dome, adorned with a diadem of precious stones. Your hairline is high and well-defined, and the spread of your brow is like the waxing moon. The mid-brow is adorned by an immaculate urna hair, as if carved out of pure silver, shapely, curling to the right, clear white as a lily or as a lotus stalk. Your eyebrows are long, even, of lustrous soft hairs, black in color and slightly arched. Your eyelashes are attractive as a bull's, thick, soft, not bristly, well proportioned. Your eyes are long and slightly round like the petals of the blue Utpala lotus, beautiful, the pupils and whites unclouded, clear as the petals of the white lotus. Your nose is well proportioned and prominent, your lips attractive, red as the bimba fruit, your 40 teeth white, even and well polished, cheeks round and full like the king of deer. Your tongue, sensitive to good taste, is soft and supple, and can cover the entire orb of your face. On the long lobes of your fine ears dangle earrings adorned with many gems, and your immaculate neck is well adorned with a necklace of sparkling jewels. The surface of your hands, feet, arches, shoulders, and neck are broad, round, with the veins not prominent. Your body completely full with no imbalance, its upper part as broad as Mahadeva. Your chest as wide as the slope of Meru. Your arm well rounded at the shoulder, long and beautiful like the elephant king's trunk. The web of beauty on your fingers and toes is well shaped like the king of geese. Your nails shine with a polished red color, their garland adorning your fingers. Like new shoots on the branches of the wish-granting tree, soft, flexible, long, with youthful flesh, the palms and soles of your hands and feet are adorned with the best thousand-spoked golden wheel, precise and complete, not jumbled together, distinct and regular as if pressed from the same seal. Adorned with armlet and bracelet, your right hand holds the sword that cuts the root of the tree of materialism, shining forth a brilliant net of light. Your hand holds at your heart the stalk of a blue Utpala lotus, on which rests the supreme volume of exact and full teaching of the path of relativity, the sole doorway to peace. Upon your shimmering lower robe of variegated silk, soft and smooth, dyed with marvelous colors, the lower hem of golden tinkling bells makes a pleasant sound, beautifully draping. Your organs are retracted like a superb horse, your fine and soft body hairs growing individually, curling to the right, and grow upwards on your body. Their skin delicate, your calves are good and round. Your ankles are without protruding bones. Your soles are flat like a turtle's belly. A quarter of the foot turns out, and your heel is broad. On a seat of a perfectly round moon disk, on the saffron center of a 6-petaled white lotus, ankles adorned with beautiful tinkling anklets, your 2 feet are crossed in the Vajra position. Your body is supremely beautiful, supremely born, a supreme body born of the superlative cause, ultimate store of merit. Like an illusion before many beings in all superb lands, limitless throughout endless space, born on occasion, teaching the path of enlightenment even in other lands, your body, O teacher, is in its superb array here and elsewhere. Even if all beings were to become omniscient, they could not express it. As the 1,000-rayed sun, plunging its 7 horses into the saffron ocean, your body radiates everywhere masses of light of which one can never see enough. By whatever merit I gain by this slight praise, may the beautiful body of Manjughosha never leave my sight. When I just have beheld your body, I weary of my long wandering in existence. May my troublesome mind always take the wrong path, come into the power of the Supreme Spirit of Enlightenment. Further, having attained an infinite store of samadhis with retentions, superknowledges, and doors of liberation, may I manifest limitless physical arrays to see the victors in the million universes. Then, having reached the limit of wide learning, satisfying limitless beings with the Dharma, May I before too long attain the supreme body of the chief of all victors, the Lord of Speech. Your saffron body manifesting 1,000 light rays as if reflecting in the surface of a polished mirror, erect and beautiful as a curving rainbow, I salute you, Manjughosha, Lord of Speech. Your voices fill all universes everywhere in every different language, satisfying the minds of all living beings appropriately, eclipsing even the luster of creators. Melody of your speech like a sphere of music with sweet speech outlasts the samsara. Whose ear it enters, it takes away their sickness, their old age, and their death. Your speech is pleasant, gentle, charming, heart-stirring, harmonious, its sweetness is pure, stainless clear light, worth hearing, taming the wild with sweetness, not rough, not coarse, very calm, it pleases the ear. Satisfying body, mind, and heart, it generates delight. Painless, all-informing, it is to be understood. Brilliantly delightful, intensely delightful, totally illuminating, enlightening, rational, relevant, free of all redundancy. Its tone is sweet as a lion, elephant, lord of serpents, dragon, Gandharva, Kalavinka, Brahma, crane, lord of the swans. Its drumbeat is not high, not low, penetrating all appropriately. Your phrases are expressive, not incomplete, not disheartened, not feeble, pervaded with joy and insight, cohesive, relevant, and all-conclusive, satisfying all senses, not contemptuous, not vacillating, renowned throughout the whole thoughtless samsara. It dispels the 3 times, punishes the demon hosts, emerging with supremacy in all its forms. Such a voice, with 64 qualities, all are present even in a single statement. It gives happiness to the hearing of the lucky as far as space can reach. It does not seem too loud when near, nor faint when far, but accords with the language of each of countless disciples like a crystal prisming various colors. Manifest as coming from all parts of your body, such as crown, urna hair, and throat, and yet it pacifies all the notions of all those hearers, just as the Brahma voice can manifest from sky. Like the deep thunder within the rain cloud, girt with its belt of beautiful red lightning, by this merit of praising the speech of Manjughosha, may I never be parted from the hearing of your speech. Just by hearing your stream of speech, the lucky accept it, condemning wrong discourse. May the well-wrought phrases reach the ultimate in the explaining, writing, and arguing that fascinates all the intelligent. Easily obtaining supreme intellectual understanding of unhindered linguistic grasp of all languages of beings, may I achieve the triumph of cutting off all doubts of all living beings without exception. Never transgressing the boundaries of the statements of your instructions, through devoted single-pointed practice, may I quickly achieve the mastery of speech. The praise of mind. Color of good gold mixed with dyes of coral, wisdom certain of the proper color of all knowables, Lord of wisdom, Manjughosha, refuge of beings. May you, a supreme refuge, grant superlative wisdom. Drunk on the ichor of materialism, knowledge of right and wrong destroyed, completely wrecking the tree of virtue, with his trunk poisoned with afflictions, the mind dragged by the chains of existence, losing the female elephant of success, such is the elephant of the mind hard to tame, running amok in the jungle of unconsciousness. It should be bound tightly with the rope of consciousness, mindfulness, and awareness. Driven with the goad of genuine reasoning and guided onto the good path of holy relativity, praised and trodden by millions of supreme holy ones. With the powerful force of tireless effort on that way, by meditating again and again for limitless eons, by the Vajra of the illusion like Samadhi, the mountain of extremisms is rendered merely a name. Again, the innumerable Lord Victors, being pleased by oceans of clouds of supreme offerings with the sound of the Brahma voices from their taintless throats, grant supreme instruction taught with one intention. This food of nectar eradicating the 100 illnesses of existence by constant use increases the strength of the body of intelligence, which reaches the transcendences of the energetic deeds of the bodhisattva so very difficult to reach. The one is no longer oppressed by extremist habits, false appearances entirely conquered. There arises the chief of all samadhis without hindrance, the samadhi renowned as like a Vajra. By the power of your manifestation of the appearance on the part of the illusory objects and the dreamlike intelligence which knows clearly all experience and appearance, enter the ultimate realm. Thus, like a tree whose root is destroyed, since you have eradicated the seeds of all habits, how could you, refuge, ever deviate from the body of truth as long as space shall last? Thus, while you, protector, never leave the ultimate realm at all, the vivid appearance of the many objects are perfectly known individually without mixing. Though like reflections in a mirror, or like a rainbow in the sky, O intuitive one, your wisdom embraces all, even in an instant. From generosity comes wealth and not poverty. From avarice comes poverty and not wealth. You understand all such points of inexorable relativity, therefore you are the chief of philosophers. The process of evolution, with its fruits of virtue and sin, of all those who have moved unchecked through existence, there is nothing in it that you do not understand. Therefore, there is never any parting from your speech. The process of various attitudes, such as sticking to desire, inclining to hatred, or the reverse of these, and so forth. Since you directly see all of this, none of your deeds can ever fail to accomplish the aims of beings. Not a single one of all the categories of the 18 elements are hidden in the slightest form from your understanding. Therefore, you never exceed in the slightest just proportion in training the faculties of disciples. Since your understanding is never blocked in application, to the sharpness, dullness, or absence of faculties such as faith in those who wander in existence, you are extremely skillful in the technique of teaching the Dharma. Since you know without obscuration entirely the paths of ascendance and of transcendence, and of going to the wretched states, you are the excellent spiritual friend of living beings. Though all samadhis, such as those of form and formlessness, the lion stretch and the terrific triumph, you are not confused in the practice methods of entrance and arisal. You are consummate in all meditative absorptions. You are skilled in the limits of the past, since you realize in a mere instance the memory and understanding of former lives of self and others, which have been continuous from beginningless samsara. You are skilled in the limits of the future, since you know very well all the places of rebirth, having migrated through death from just this present time according to one's good and evil actions. Your direct vision, completely free of blocks, sees the nirvana that is tile termination of defilements and the eightfold path that means of terminating them. Thus you are the best of refuges. Your knowledge penetrates unhindered the appropriate and the inappropriate, the effects of evolution, attitudes, the universes, the degree of faculties, the paths that lead everywhere, the afflictions, purifications, the past abodes, death, migrations, birth, and termination of defilement. What point of knowables is not under your command, not your object? Those who wander in existence from the beginningless, though they frequent with powerful effort the path of harming others to gain their own happiness, are erring as their hardships will prove fruitless. So you also see that those who for themselves, even not harming others even in the slightest, day and night strive 100 ways for liberation, have also turned their backs on the true path. Thus you long practice the good path of compassion, the sole path of all the victors, the mother which looks after all beings, the door for entering the fray of the hero bodhisattvas. You, loving one, see the great error of forsaking others' happiness, as there's no virtue in all this world, not accepting, suffering even in your dreams, and not resenting content, even with the utmost pleasures, and so by your primal cultivation of the spirit of enlightenment that sees the equality of self and others, you hold all living beings as yourself. Craving one's own happiness blocks the path. Cherishing others is the treasury of all excellence. Thus you practice again and again the method of exchange of self and other, making all beings yourself. Thus you, Lord, completely nurse physical strength frequently with the mother of compassion. How can even the culmination of excellence be deprived even by the bliss of peace? Just as the king of birds soars in the heavens, not falling to the earth, not his proper place, By praising your mind that stays neither in existence nor peace, may I never be apart from the wisdom and love of Manjughosha, the view that removes all occasions from extremism, and the compassion that sees all beings as one's only child. Having achieved them easily within my mind, may I lead all beings on the supreme vehicle. Their attention that remembers word and meaning of all teachings, and supreme eloquence that answers all questions, quickly generating these, may I spread out the feast of eloquent explanations of the masses of the Dharma. By the glory of the mind of Manjughosha, who, without calculating, fulfills the hopes of various disciples according to their inclinations, may I become beautiful as the autumn moon in sky. Ceaselessly praised by limitless victors in the universes of the 10 directions, he is called Manjughosha, whose sweetness fills the 3 realms. And this ocean of clouds of praises, reverently expressing just a bit of his excellence, who upholds it and reads it, may Manjughosha quickly enter his mind. Okay, it's 6:29. So we're drawing to a close. Rahina, is there anything we need to mention? I think it's 8 o'clock is the sunset session this evening, correct? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So thank you all for being here today, everybody. It was a real pleasure to spend this time practicing with you. So please enjoy the sunset, and yeah, back to sunset.
And you may, if you wish, want to touch the earth as we enter the day. Brother Bao Tang from Plum Village will lead the evening meditation from 8 to 8:30 with a touching of the earth.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Are we still live, Rahina? We are. Okay.